Hey, we're back. With A Paradise Lost and Those Who Approach Death.
We haven't got a choice point yet in this route, huh?
No, we haven't. Also, Those Who Approach Death, I'm imagining death with like some of those high-vis vests and these things to bring planes in. Yeah, you're approaching death. Please taxi the runway.
Oh, now I need a fictional setting that's like that. You know, there's like Discworld death and so on.
Yeah.
I need kind of that, but the opposite. Like there's the personification of death, Grim Reaper figure, but he's like desperately trying to get people not to do the thing and fucking die horribly and pointlessly, and people just keep doing it anyway.
You so death, still the Grim Reaper figure, but with the high-vis orange vest and the stop sign being like, careful, don't go this way. Nothing good's happening here. Like, you're not a real guard. Vroom, crash. I'm trying. A little like a Cassandra figure, is that?
Yeah, because every time someone dies, that's just more effort for him, just more paperwork to do. Like, fucking mortals, get your shit under control. Stop doing wars and smoking cigarettes. But nope.
This is just more work for me. I'm comfortable with the amount of work I have. I'm not looking to work extra hours here.
Just because I rule the dead doesn't mean I want to rule more of them.
Right? I already rule the dead. That's a big enough prerogative without y'all making more work. Anyway, Suou Keito calling his mom.
Hello, Mom? How are you? I just wanted to hear your voice. Are you enjoying the trip? Glad to hear that. No, I'm not crying. I'm fine. Anyway, good night. I love you.
Oh, Suou Keito, the sweetest boy that will absolutely just suck the blood from your nose.
The moment the call ended, the voice, the emotions, the attachment to life, they all reached a breaking point. His mother's voice sounded the same as ever, and he was replaying it in his head over and over again. His parents had raised him for 15 years, hoping that he would grow up healthy and have a bright future. And yet, Suou Keito would die in 4 years, leaving them behind. He was embraced by inescapable fear.
Oh. Shit, so timeline melded Suou Keito now knows that he's going to die.
I'm sorry for being such a bad son.
How the hell do you deal with that kind of...
I mean, to be fair, we're all gonna. It's just a matter of timelines, really.
Okay, but there's a difference between the vague knowledge that, yeah, I'm going to die someday, and the Owen Meany precision of knowing how and when it's going to happen. All right? Wait, did I just reference a John Irving book? Do people know?
I have no idea what you were talking about.
I'm talking about A Prayer for Owen Meany.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh, God. Okay. Sorry, I'll see myself out, everyone. Thanks.
I'm sorry, Mom, Dad. He didn't want to die. I don't want to die.
Wow. Yeah. He doesn't want to die.
Weeping his eyes out, he looked down at the beautiful book in his hand.
Oh, man.
It was the MAMIYA that had properly appeared in this world and was loved by everyone. And what about me? He wondered.
Oh, right, because this is after Arasugawa does the weird timey-wimey thing and helps him, air quotes, remember he's going to die. Yeah.
He looked at the text, the author's name, Arisugawa Osamu, and the title, MAMIYA. I was like a frog in a well. Keito began to feel like a green, insignificant creature that didn't know anything.
God, Tuesdays, am I right?
It's not easy being green.
True.
Did you enjoy your childish fantasy playtime?
Here's the thing. I feel like Arasagawa both is and isn't an insert for the author of this work. Because on the one hand, obviously author figure, right? Red alarm bells. But on the other hand, as the author of this piece, you need to have some kind of love for Suou Keito to write that story, right? The person writing MAMIYA, the video game that we are playing and reading to you right now, doesn't write this game unless they have this kind of love for who Suou Keito is and what his vision of the world is, right? They're not like, they don't look at this soft blue-haired boy and say, hey, you're being childish, you're childish fantasy playtime bullshit.
He imagined that from Osamu's perspective, what Keito was doing must have looked endlessly immature.
Wow, carbonated drinks are terrible for your voice.
Wow. Why? Do you want to explain to the people what carbonated drink you've been having?
Yes, I'm having Special Vivian soda.
Okay, so she's not going to do this, so I'll have to explain to you. So Special Vivian soda exists because of an intrusive thought that she would not let go, to combine grapefruit seltzer with fresh grapefruit juice.
For twice as much grapefruit per grapefruit.
So I've explained to her that even with the joke, twice as much grapefruit per grapefruit, the math on those ratios doesn't actually work out because it's the same volume of liquid, right? You're not combining both of those liquids into the same space. And yet she insists that she enjoys this.
It tastes like tingly bleach. It's wonderful.
Glad to know my wife would just drink bleach if it was carbonated.
If only I could have stayed clueless. I would have been so happy to have just stayed ignorant, hiding my things and never comparing them to anyone.
There were things within him that he loved and was proud of, but they had all been pulled out, put up for comparison, became oxidized, and
they all became stale.
I do actually know that feeling, like the fear of opening yourself up to other people, showing them something that you've kept to yourself, and in doing so having that lose a lot of its luster. Either from like a lack of recognition on their part, or just the fact that it's no longer yours and yours alone. Or just like the idea that sharing something that close to you and then even being met with like polite indifference, right, can feel very painful if it's something that means a lot to you.
Riding the endlessly flowing tears, the yearnings that were his and his alone were slipping away.
This damn book.
He suddenly felt hatred for the book in his hand and raised it high, ready to throw it to the floor.
If only I could take the book of my life and throw it to the floor. It'd be so much easier. Ow.
Unable to do something so awful, he himself collapsed where he stood.
I've thrown books.
So have I. I mean,
2 of them.
Only wait. You're talking about actually throwing books because while you were reading them, you were so upset that you wanted to throw it?
Yes.
I need to hear these. I was more talking about the fact that I used to work as a book and like a bookstore. I just handled tons of books and including just tossing some of them casually. But I need to know about this.
I bet you can guess at least one of them.
At least one of them. I'm going to feel really bad here when I can't. It probably won't be surprising to me.
Yeah.
When you tell me, but it's going to be some silly thinker that you got into because you wanted to appreciate them, and then partway through you're like, wait, this is just bullshit.
One of them might kind of be that. Another one was just absolutely not that at all.
Oh, was it just a book where you're like, this is wasting my time?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I've narrowed the categories. What are the actual...
Twilight and Atlas Shrugged.
Oh, man, that's fair.
The 2 books that got me so upset that they made me march right out my door in the middle of a sentence and hurl them directly into a dumpster. Even books I don't like or respect at all, I'm always too nice to do anything mean to them, like tear at them or throw them, or I even have trouble writing in books because it feels like violating something sacred.
That was a hard thing for me to learn.
Those two books were just like, I just can't.
Nope. Flip this.
This needs to be removed from my presence as rapidly as possible.
And expeditiously as possible.
And expeditiously as I can.
Won't someone rid me of this turbulent novel?
Exactly.
I used a copy of Atlas Shrugged as a doorstop for a while. It's really good for like a mass market copy. It's just nice and thick. I in high school I was one of those who was kind of like duped by Rush, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Neil. You never did anything wrong. But I was kind of duped by them to thinking that there was something worth finding in Ayn Rand, and there isn't. So I read up all of Atlas Shrugged and being like, surely by the end of this fucking yapping bit he's doing here, there'll be something. No, there's not. There's not. I feel like maybe the best argument Ayn Rand ever made for her philosophy was, at least in her novel form, was Anthem.
Yep.
I feel like if you really want to, and I'm not saying you should, but if you want to have Ayn Rand's best foot put forward for what she's proposing, Anthem is probably the best bit. It's also short, snappy, no bloat, in and out. There, I sold 2 copies of Anthem today.
You have earned 2 Galt bucks that you can use to purchase a few more seconds of air once they finish privatizing the country into warring city-states.
I'm just going to use them to bling out my coffin made of Rearden steel. Don't get into Ayn Rand, folks. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Get into something cool like, I don't know, Bionicles.
Go watch a 10-hour lore video essay on Bionicle. That's a better use of your time than reading anything by Ayn Rand.
Anyway, Mamiya, we're playing a visual novel. Welcome to a new episode of Mamiya.
Anyway, yeah, welcome back to Mamiya, a game that has nothing to do with Ayn Rand, but does have things to do with extreme reactions to like regret of having read something or not knowing how to deal with having read something and learned something new. Tie it back in. Tie it back in. Oh, we are so on topic today. Some days we sit down to write an episode and we read an episode and we accidentally just do a podcast, and this might be one of those days.
Yeah, if you're looking forward to us playing Mamiya, check back next episode. We're just going to stay on this screen.
The engagement chart for this episode is just going to have a huge dip in the middle.
We'll be the first ones to have an engagement chart that's a straight vertical line. I shouldn't have read this book. I'd still be happy if I didn't.
Keito.
Mamiya.
It feels weird that I'm shorter than you, doesn't it? It feels like
Everyone's shorter than me.
I know, but I'm so tall and lanky that it feels weird that you're tall. Anyway, I guess I'm committing to this voice instead of the goofy voice. Do you remember that snowy day when we went out and made a snowman together?
Yeah, I remember it.
That made me really happy. Come on, Keito, remember those good old days. Like Wednesday.
The days back then were filled with light. The boy gathered up some snow and threw it upwards, making it shine in the clear daylight. These were nice, fun winter days.
Look, this is you.
Oh, me? Oh, it's like I'm looking in a mirror. Thank you.
He showed me the face he made using buttons and smiled proudly.
But I feel like you're missing something.
Corporeality. Yes, I have a mouth, but I don't think I can eat without hands.
Then we'll use these branches, and like this.
Suou Keito grasped the tip of a branch.
Handshake.
Oh, handshake. It's getting dark, Keito. Let's go home.
The boy walked home as though pulled by someone's hand, but then that someone turned around as if remembering something.
Keito, where's your green scarf?
I gave it to you.
Turning around, they saw the snowman now enveloped by a large green scarf.
Ah, there it is. Are you sure I can have it?
Yeah, now you won't be cold.
I'm literally made of cold. That makes me happy. It's very warm. Thank you, Keito.
I can't believe this game has secretly been Frosty the Snowman all along.
Turn back around, and Mommy's got a corn cob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal.
Ah, MAMIYA melted.
The next day, they went to the same place. There they found a smaller pile of snow along with the buttons, the branches, and a green scarf all wet and dirty. That day, he went home early and watched the dirty scarf with his mother, crying all the while.
Oh, come on, Keito, don't cry. The scarf is all clean now. You can wear it again.
I don't need it.
Then why did I just fucking wash this, young man? You don't?
No, it's not mine anymore. This is something I gave to a friend.
There it is. It was kept hidden deep in the storage room. The green scarf that was a slight bit too big for any child.
Man, those are the best parts about being small, though, is you get to wear clothing that is way too big for you. I miss that.
He touched its soft fabric, but then he felt his hand becoming heavy with hopelessness.
You can still do that if you just get into high fashion and become the kind of person who wears like the shoes that are really too big. Mm-hmm. So it's like...
I'm getting ready for my Talking Heads edition.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember? This is the scarf I gave to you.
Yeah, I do. Of course I remember. It's one of my personal treasures.
I see.
Every memory I had with you is an irreplaceable treasure for me. It's not just the scarf, though. The songs and dances we did, the talks we had, and,
Yeah.
With the scarf still in hand, Suou Keito went to the garden.
Keito?
MAMIYA, stand there and watch.
Aight. If you're gonna do another cartwheel, let me just pre-call your mom, though. Like, I appreciate the gusto, but you're not getting enough lift to make it happen.
I'm gonna do a much cooler trick. Check this out.
Suou Keito was holding the scarf in one hand and a kitchen lighter in the other.
Wait, where did you get a vape pen? No vaping tricks. What are you doing?
Those memories meant the world to me as well.
He brought the fire close to the scarf and set it ablaze.
Ah. No, wait, hold on. No, whoa, stop, Keito, stop. My precious scarf is on fire. It's gonna burn up.
If you hate it so much, why not show yourself and stop me? Like the MAMIYA from Mr. Arisugawa's book.
Keito, please, don't say that.
You can do it, right? The others can see you, right? I'm gonna die anyway. I'm gonna die, so... Why do I have to talk to you? Why is my own MAMIYA appearing in front of everyone else? Why do I have to die in 2003?
I feel like that's a couple of different things that we're all kind of combining because you got a lot on your mind at the moment. But
unfortunately, it very much isn't. Weird, isn't it? I don't know which year it is anymore. Will I die in the future, or was I already dead? Regardless, it still doesn't change a thing. I'm still gonna die due to the unfair hatred I'll get because of you.
Keito, I'm sorry.
How about you show yourself instead of apologizing? If you could just be with me like you were in the past, that would be enough. But instead...
No, I'm always here. I'm right here.
Mamiya Yumehisa bent forward and ran to the side of the window.
Keito, please put your hand there on the window.
Suou Keito did as told, and Mamiya Yumehisa gently put his own hand over his.
See? Here. I'm touching you right now.
The two hands were overlaid as Suou Keito's breaths, and his alone, were turning the glass white.
I'm here. I'm right here.
I can't tell at all. Suou Keito stomped out the flame of the burned-up scarf and went back inside.
Keito! Keito, I'm sorry. Let me do it again.
Turns out that when people are pushed to the limit, they can only feel at ease with something that can be seen, something tangible. It's got to be something with form, like the Mamiya in this book. Suou Keito collapsed with a sigh. His knees touched the ground as he put strength into his grip, almost as if he was about to tear up the carpet. I lost to Mr. Arisugawa. I lost because he loved Mamiya more than me, and he took Mamiya away because I lost.
Huh?
He felt as if the invisible figure had frozen in place, but only felt it. Forget it. It was all in his head. I don't care about Mamiya anymore.
Hi. What?
Never show yourself to me again.
All right.
He felt like the air had become dried and cracked, which was followed by a stinging pain. The vibrations of his faint breathing weren't reflected. What are you doing?
Huh? I ain't doing anything. You're the one reading, buddy.
My fist was trembling, yet this man before me simply flashed a pained smile.
This is for the best.
This isn't like you. You should be like the other Mamiyas. Cling on even if your fantasy is denied as meaningless. Mamiya Yumehisa gently shook his head.
I was only there because Keito wanted me to be. If he doesn't, then I'll just vanish.
His words like foam, Mamiya Yumehisa disappeared from before me.
Saved a world.
How can you keep a smile after your very existence has been denied? Let's do this. He'd suddenly gone to look deeper in his room and began a major cleanup. What's he doing? The college notebook he'd used as a dream diary was thrown into a cardboard box with little care. Along with the heartache, the scene gave me a huge shock, as if the whole world was crumbling. He wanted to turn the notebooks into something that never happened. I won't write in this anymore. Stop, please. I gotta let go of these childish things. Those are your dreams, my hopes. Please don't deny them. Without any emotion, Suou Keito closed the cardboard box and put it away in an unused room. This was the home where Mamiya Yumehisa vanished while groaning in pain. And now I was so hurt that I couldn't even move. It was unrelated to the events. I tripped and stubbed my toe. It really smarts when you do that.
Ooh, incorporeal toes are the worst.
Everything about this world is so boring. Nothing moves my heart. Nothing about it is good. That's why I gotta make it a bit more fun. If I steal this...
What? The hell are you doing? You just put something in your bag, didn't you? Yeah, shoplifter. So that gives more context to what was going on through Suo's head up till that point.
Yep. He must have been so disappointed in me. I don't want to meet anyone. If only 2003 never came. I'm back. Ugh, man, it's cold. Gotta turn on the heating. The TV is talking about the end of the world again. Makes sense. I mean, it's December of 1999. The world would soon end. Oh, the world would soon end. I didn't know how much truth there was to it, but people on TV and the news made it out to be a big deal.
Look at this magazine. It's all got all these details about Nostradamus. They say there's a hidden code in the prophecy. Let's check it out, Suo.
I'm good.
Oh, really?
Yet, none of us actually felt like the world was going to end.
Okay, sit down, everyone. I'm going to reveal the results of the quiz we had last time.
Oh, no, he's earlier than usual. Gotta hurry up.
The days just go by without any change. And I still don't know my purpose for being here. Why is everything so devoid of fun? I'll blink one moment, and the world will be over the next. If it's gonna end, it doesn't matter what I do, right? It would be simple and anticlimactic, like the burst of a soap bubble. I gotta throw MAMIYA away. 1999, Tokyo. Is this still gonna be...
I think this is me now.
Okay.
The internet hadn't developed enough to let people exchange information in real time. It was a time when TV was still the dominant form of media, before the switch to the new millennium. There were people that believed the world would end. There weren't many of them, but their numbers were hardly insignificant. It might have been odd, considering that the year 2000 was just an arbitrary number set by one of the world's religions. And as though it was something unprecedented, many were expecting the world to end. The mood of madness and fatigue infecting society was being fanned by mass media. And many people now thought they were special simply because they lived in 1999.
That suddenly hit me in a weird way.
Yeah?
How much worse do you think the United States would have handled Y2K hysteria if it was happening in today's social climate relative to the social climate of 25 years ago? I think it would go way worse.
Yeah. I mean, for a lot of reasons, right? Not only for like the lack of trust in general media or lack of any neutral authoritative figures, again, with public trust to deliver that kind of information, how easy and prevalent it is to get away with misinformation and the increasing prevalence of cult-like dynamics and cult of personalities that tend to lead our major political, at least one of our major political parties. I could see how in today's climate, if someone was like, yeah, Y2K is you know, Y2K fervor being much more intense for something that was barely 20 years ago.
So that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I also I feel like it's taken a long time, but I think I'm finally coming around a bit more to Suou Keito.
Yeah?
I admit, for a long time, I've been in kind of the camp where, like, dude, everyone goes through this. Everyone goes through the whole thing of realizing that their dreams don't match up with reality, or that they aren't special, or that they aren't the main character of life. But I think I've been kind of selling him short. It's less that he's kind of feeling like he's not allowed to dream anymore, or that these fantasies don't mean anything to anyone else. I think deeper down, what he's dealing with is much more existential than that, and I think I've been selling that part of it short, where he is like now floundering without any kind of ultimate meaning. You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, I need to stop being all childish and living in fantasies and focus on work and stuff. It's like that was what had given his life, that was the meaning in his life. That was his driving force. That and now it's not, it's like he didn't have anything else going on. Even the other things that were going on in his life seem secondary in importance to that part of him. Everyone, because everyone's got stuff they do when they're a kid, right? And then like I played sports for a while. I had friends, I read books and stuff. But this is like
bragging to everyone.
I read books. My point being that like if I had learned at some point when I was young that reading books is fundamentally stupid and unvalued by the world and nothing, and the whole thing you like about this will never provide anything of any ultimate value, I'd be like, well, what the fuck, man? That would be a little fucked up. I know you're holding yourself back from making a joke about how that's actually the case.
What?
But I appreciate you not doing so.
What? Wait, what?
People don't value reading books anymore. Not when you can have an AI assistant read all the news for you and turn it into a little bullet point, so you don't even have to read the fucking newspaper. CEO of Microsoft. See,
this is where you don't get me. There being value in it and people finding value in it are very different statements.
That's true. I am conflating a couple of different things.
One of those is very much a thing that's happening, and the other is a thing that I would under no circumstances assert.
Yeah. Catching me slipping by conflating two slightly different but related but still fundamentally different things. Can't be talking casually even on our Let's Play channel. Everything we say has to be filled with philosophical rigor. Anyway, see ya, Suou. Sorry for dumping all that on you, buddy. I don't know what happened to you, but cheer up, okay?
To be fair, I'm not gonna pick apart everything you say, but when you start putting words in my mouth, I will. Sure, thanks.
The rain was beating down on the windows.
I forgot to bring an umbrella.
It would have been easy if Suou Keito was like so many others, and could also say that he was a child yearning for the unusual. Oh, how great it would have been if he wasn't the one to die in 2003. Or if he wasn't my friend. Even so, he's definitely an invaluable friend of mine. And that's why I'll engage the gears of this adverse fate. Let's start again, Suou Keito. Let's free you from your karma.
Those Who Approach Death is the name of an atmospheric black metal album.
Absolutely.
He was lost for words.
Oh, hi, Rio.
Because with the unrelenting rain, he found...
Rio.
Yeah, okay, this is all the same. We're all... Okay, so...
Wait, did this already happen this route, or was it last route?
Last route.
Okay.
But again, remember the two routes... The other two routes we had still some overlap between them.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember, because I felt like they had already been here.
No,
this
not
route.
yet. We had just gotten to this.
Okay,
oh,
so then
right,
we get
and
the
now
same
this
choice.
Again. I wonder if this will lead us to the...
Dies in the mountains?
Right, okay, so this is the same thing. Right, okay, so this is...
This is the same.
Yeah, this will lead to the same ending because it's. Oh yeah. Okay.
Blissful Souls. Is that the same?
I believe that is the same because it also skipped all the same stuff as well.
Fair.
We can double check though, and in fact, just to be certain, let's just go ahead and look here at our end list real quick and just double check and make sure.
Yep.
Yeah, Blissful Soul. And also, we didn't get a new Chivo, so. All right, let's. Oh, whoops. That one was a mistake. Okay. And then I forget. What are we trying to figure out here?
Yeah, I forget also who the assailant is.
The assailant is
Suou Keito himself.
Kikuchi Ryo is the assailant.
Yeah, that has to... Wait, no.
Okay.
And then this gets us the same ending.
Gets us the it gets us the
because
same.
it's Suou Keito himself.
Right. And it happened in 2003. Nope. We are so bad at picking. See. All right, there we go. 99.
It's because we're trying to get it right that we're fucking it up. We should just try to fuck it up. Then we'll get it right.
Then we'll get. You are so right.
Okay, so this is the same.
Yep. Hello, invading Satoru. I hear you two are having a pleasant time together. I would like to get all up in that business. I love that CG of me being like, because his eyes aren't even focused on Ryo. It's just kind of like blindly yelling while holding Ryo. Anyway, stop writing letters, you two. This is so fun hearing this with just the Ryo determination music.
But also everything going really fast and having all the sound effects too.
Right?
He opened his eyes after the light forced him to close them and found himself floating. The waves and the man trying to stop him were both gone. Only a gentle darkness and a faint light remained before him. Reaching for the large light, he began running through the space. I've been waiting for you.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Before him, there was a boy wearing a giant rabbit hat.
Who are you?
The silhouette made him feel uneasy. Prince? Artist formerly known as?
The MAMIYA formerly known as Prince.
You know, Purple Rain, Purple Rain.
I was about to say, name one other Prince song, but we could name several. We'd be here a bit.
Yeah. This is what it sounds like when doves cry.
Wow, how come there's no bass in this song?
What
a bold artistic vision.
With a head too large and unbalanced for him, he knelt before Keito. My prince, please save them. Please save my dear children. Keito had prepared to be harmed, and yet the rabbit-like silhouette showed no hostility.
My prince, please come with us.
As the gas-masked conductor that appeared at his side swung his baton, a path like a river in the sky appeared.
Do not be afraid. We're on your side.
A girl in a nurse outfit gently pushed him. Take our hand.
We're off to Never Never Land.
Okay.
With no hesitation, he took the boy's hand.
Who are you all?
A fragment of MAMIYA. And that's why we're on your side unconditionally. It's because you are closer to MAMIYA than anyone else.
But I said something awful to him. I told him that I didn't need him, that he should disappear. He's a precious friend, yet I said something I can never take back.
Do you really believe you don't need MAMIYA?
No.
He tightly grasped the hand leading him.
I don't care if it's self-important, unrealistic, fake, or childish.
He realized he'd been in a place like this before.
Even if I get made fun of for being immature, and even if I feel like everything I am has been denied, life is most fun when I'm with MAMIYA.
Oh, this was like the Tokyo he'd seen while flying with MAMIYA in his dreams. MAMIYA would take his hand and fly him wherever, even if he ran out of fairy dust. With MAMIYA, even common scenes gained new meaning, giving them freshness and charm.
It's because MAMIYA has always been by my side that I came to love the world.
A large light passed by, and he was embraced by a light more dazzling than lightning. Strangely, it didn't hurt his eyes. At the edge of his flowing vision, he felt like he saw the masked children, smiling. Their gazes met in the middle of a windy plain, and we hit the skip button because we'd already seen it.
This is also the same choice, huh?
This is
Let's
also
save.
Hey, I'm gonna...
You hit load.
I hit load.
Yep.
Whoop, my B.
Let's say dream won't come true.
And see what happens here.
It's sad, but our dream will not come true, etc., etc., etc.
Yep.
Same ending, probably.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it pays for us to be thorough, right? Just in case. You never know. The wish will be heard.
How will this butterfly flap affect the year 2003? The hands of the clock continued to move from the Christmas of 1999 to 2003.
Wow, that's one fast clock.
Mixed in with the light of the white horse from the merry-go-round. It's so bright. Am I being tested just like Suou Keito?
Oh no, it's bright outside. This must be some kind of divine test.
I won't lose. I will also fight the waves of the era.
Hello, Mr. Arisugawa? MAMIYA is an imaginary friend that I created. What's your name?
It hurts. Please stop. Why are you resisting? Is it really worth it when it gives you this much pain? Is it possible to escape to the outside with injuries like this? Will I be able to keep believing in them?
Ooh, okay. Save over this one. If we lack the confidence, I think that this has to be the bad ending, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I lack the confidence. Sorry, Suou Keito, Kikuchi Ryo. This is as far as I can watch over you.
Please don't do anything else to Ryo. I don't care what happens to me, just please let him be.
As the man pleaded, Arisugawa and Samejima looked at each other. That's so? You know this confinement won't end, even if we have just you, right? Then again, how do we go about this?
Don't pretend to think. You already have the answer, don't you?
After putting on an unpleasant smile, Arisugawa... Let's become a family. Gave that suggestion. You're suffering because you think we're your enemies, or plain criminals. You're a softie. Wouldn't you love it if we were all part of the same family unit? The shock rendered Suou unable to speak, but Samejima expressed his approval.
Oh, I do like that. It just so happens I've wanted a family as well. I'm old enough to have my boss urge me to get married and offer to provide interviews with potential spouses.
I finally have a male wife.
At last, a male wife.
The old ball and chain.
Finally, I can talk about, the old ball and chain. Oh, how I've wanted so long to participate in this strange societal heteronormative bashing of the idea of having a spouse.
He looked down at Suou, drained of strength, and nodded in satisfaction.
If I have a family, I can refuse without it being a lie.
Sounds like a good idea, right, Suou? Oh, wait, family members gotta be more familiar. I'll use your given name. Keito, not bad. Don't act all familiar with me. There's no way I'd agree to be a part of this twisted family.
What surname will we use? Keeping different ones is fine, but right now we should do what we can to improve unity.
Well, there's only one surname that we have in common. MAMIYA Keito. Yeah, not bad, right? In that case, we'd be MAMIYA Osamu and MAMIYA Satoru. Hey, I had no idea our names rolled off the tongue like that.
Oh, this makes me feel bashful, like a newlywed wife.
I fucking called it. Samejime is the male wife. Please stop.
The young man was unable to bear getting that new name. He could have kept on bellowing in protest if the surname was anything else, and yet, why was MAMIYA the surname they had in common? Why was the illusion started by him now taking everything away? A few months passed.
Let's eat up.
The three of them had already gotten used to having breakfast together.
This is the worst AO3 fanfic I've ever read.
Oh, I have a late shift today, so I'll be back late. That's fine by me. I'm meeting up with the editor. We'll probably drink, so I'll be late too. Let's reschedule that plan.
So I'll be by myself this evening. What a sad night it will be. Perhaps I should crack open some wine. I've always wanted to complain about my child being the reason that I'm drinking so heavily.
Wine mom Satoru. Don't act like you wouldn't like that.
Oh, you don't make love to me the same way you did when we first got together. What? He's into it. Satoru totally wears an apron around the house when making fine dinners and such.
I know I would. Too bad that when I drink these days, my neck starts itching.
You certainly enjoyed the wine we had on your coming of age celebration, but suppose it's not everyone is built for alcohol.
I'll take you to a shochu place sometime. A family that planted its roots in daily life was the ultimate ethical blind spot. It was difficult for someone to doubt and escape a comfort that had become a part of their common sense. It turned into a localized source of everyday happiness. This was another peaceful day at the MAMIYA household.
It just ends there?
Family end.
All right.
If you don't understand how it's a bad ending, you aren't ready for the good ending.
If you don't understand how it's a bad ending, I feel happy for you, and I hope that you don't come to understand.
Woo!
All right, how we doing? All right.
Yep.
Two more.
Well, that was... Male wife Satoru is just... everything I needed in this life, apparently.
Now's not the time to act weak. If I don't believe in them, who will?
Are you sure? Would you like to be the male wife instead? Wait, you already did in that other route.
Endure the pain, Suou Keito. The karma will surely change your fate. Rio, let's run away together. The snowfall and the chill coming through the papers made me tremble. It was the cold touching Suou Keito, and I couldn't imagine how much it hurt him. It was too much for me.
All right, this is probably our final choice point.
This is probably the last
And I wonder which one it is. It's got to be that, right?
I can't bear this cold anymore. A numbing chill was spreading from my fingers. With cracking sounds, everything up to my throat turned as hard as permafrost. Suou Keito, I can no longer watch over you, but I'll be praying that you make it through 2003.
I am immortal and do not exist in this world, and yet it's a little bit cold out here. I'm gonna shivering a little bit.
You awake? The smell of the bed was unfamiliar to him. The blanket had lint on it and reeked of tobacco. Besides that, there was a person giving him a distant look, despite being right by his side. Where is Rio? Don't talk without my permission. Rio went to a nearby hospital. He left just a few days ago. A few days ago? Had it been nearly a week since they'd run away? I see. Suou realized he couldn't escape, but then wondered why he was being kept alive for a few days. When Suou gave Arisugawa a questioning look, his mood worsened almost instantly. I picked you up in the snow.
Huh? For what reason? Go on and think about it. It's not like you're about to get away from this place.
Suou wanted to argue back, but realized he couldn't move his body all that well. Your legs are frostbitten, parts of their tissue is necrotic. Samejima gave you some first aid, but they'll probably be useless without proper surgery.
No.
The sheer despair of that realization made Suou hang his head as his vision grew dark. He wondered if Arisugawa was sneering at his pitiful state. I won't do it anymore. But despite Suou's expectations, his voice was as gentle as an embrace.
Huh?
I won't keep you locked up in a tiny room and subject you to violence ever again. Seeing you buried in the snow gave me a change of heart. It made me wonder what the hell we were doing. Watching Arisugawa hang his head filled Suou with anger.
It's too late for that. You should both be judged by the law.
Shouting made the pain in his legs flare up.
Ugh. If you're so filled with regret, then take me to a hospital. Wait, don't run, take me.
The door was closed before he could finish.
Take me back home.
The only things left in the room were Suou, his stitched legs, and the pain.
Nah, the reaping was kind of fun, but now that I'm at the sewing part, I think I'm gonna nope out.
This was the beginning of his strange life alongside Arisugawa. Arisugawa was very diligent in looking after Suou. However, if the conversation shifted toward a subject inconvenient for him, he disappeared right away. Left alone, Suou had no choice but to kill time by reading the books he had left him.
Your missing person posters are out. Good for you. You have some passionate parents. How about you stop finding joy in my suffering and write up drafts or something?
Huh?
I mean, aren't you a novelist?
Not anymore.
Still, I look forward to reading your novels. Stories written by Arisugawa the author, that is.
Then how about you write them yourself?
Huh?
If you like Arisugawa the author so much, you can just become him yourself.
Are you listening to yourself? Me? Right?
Are you listening to yourself, kid?
Arisugawa dropped the ash off his cigarette.
So, you want me to be your ghostwriter?
The single hardcover book trembled within Suou's inexperienced hands. The black eyes behind the glasses seemed to both push him away and pull him close. It was as though they were saying that he could no longer write and that Suou was his sole savior. He was presenting him with a warped, twisted way of fulfilling his desire.
I can't write, Mr. Arisugawa. You're Mr. Arisugawa.
Arisugawa grabbed Suou by his cheeks and jaw and made him face the screen. No, I don't want to type.
Me every time finals season comes.
No, I don't want it.
No. Don't make me write. Don't make me think.
No,
it's
I
hard.
don't want to think. No.
Type, nothing will be born unless you do. Please stop with this. No chance in hell. Suou glared at him with damp, warm eyes, but not even that helped. To write, to describe, that in itself is a burden we've carried since the day we were born. You have to shoulder it too. Carry the sin in my place. Arisugawa didn't give Suou any instructions. He made him write something only to chuckle at the work and bring him back to square one. This is boring.
I know, okay? My writing can never hope to match yours.
Suou bit into his lip from shame.
Look, this is why you should just write it yourself. You can actually write, can't you? You're just too lazy to.
Arisugawa continued smoking while looking at some paper. The blaze in his eyes seemed to be silent, as if hidden by frosted glass.
Why?
His silence gave Suou no choice but to accept it. Arisugawa truly had become unable to write. After that, Suou simply obeyed and copied Arisugawa's writing. With his books by his side, he typed out every single word and phrase. The way he ended his sentences, the quirks of his referencing, his expressions. As he traced several books, he finally learned how to write as Arisugawa would.
What's that? I began writing my old dream diary in your style. I had trouble thinking of what to write, so I just referenced what I had. That's so.
With the sound of smoke filling his lungs, Arisugawa went through the printed papers. The dream went like this. 2 sisters, Anne and Lulu, arrived at a lake inhabited by a mysterious creature, Mimar. Though it lived in the water, when it was feeding time, it surfaced to eat the glittering bugs flying around the surface. One day, the sisters stumbled upon Mimar having such a feast. Not bad.
Really?
Arisugawa didn't even touch the draft before sending it to the editor. They talked, made changes, talked some more, made some more changes. And without any input from Suou himself, the book he had worked on was released to the world. Here's your copy, Mr. Arisugawa. Congratulations.
Wow!
In his hands, Suou now held a book so beautiful it nearly dazzled him. His old college notebooks were nothing compared to the shine this book had.
Lulu doesn't look like I imagined her, though. She's wearing blue, not yellow.
I made them change it to blue. Suou's lips were trembling.
Why didn't you ask for my opinion?
Because it's my book. Suou felt like a sharp nail had just sunk into his wrists.
Oh.
You wanted to read Arisugawa's work, no? Aren't you glad it all worked out?
I'm the one who worked my imagination to create the story. I've put more love into the characters in the world than anyone else. You did nothing but watch from the side.
But now that it's released into the world, Lulu's clothes aren't yellow, but blue. Mimar's lake became dull and sank. Since it was written under Arisugawa Osamu's name, it was Arisugawa Osamu's work. With his legs unable to move, Suou was nothing but a nameless ghost before him. Several years passed. A person was walking under a flurry of cherry petals while pushing a wheelchair. Books written with Arisugawa Osamu's name were being published at a decent pace, although there were people who said that the golden age of the author's career was long gone. They still made enough for 2 people to live in comfort. Since then, Suou had become hardly unable to remember his own name. A missing person poster attached to a power pole was torn off and carried away by the wind. People he didn't know about were going missing every day, and the existence of the person known as Suou Keito gradually faded from society. Want to see the cherries from up close, Mr. Arisugawa? Yeah, bring me closer. The man said Roger with a tone he was used to and continued to push the wheelchair. A new book would come out next month. The story probably wasn't for everyone, but the writer liked it quite a bit. It was about a young man and a boy who were separated and disappeared in the mountains. He wondered what part of it would be changed by Mr. Arisugawa, and so he was looking forward to getting his copy.
Well, that sucks.
Well, that sucks. Well, that was ending number 13.
All right.
I think
We got
are
one more.
just the... Yeah, just one more at this point. Can me manage to sit through a couple more minutes of being cold?
Even so, I continued to endure it.
Good on you, me.
The snowstorm took my breath away, causing me to start painfully suffocating. It's okay. Everything will be okay. Yeah, it'll be okay. The hand I extended touched the paper flying by in a squall. I struggled to try and touch Suou Keito, but I couldn't. It felt as if something was telling me that I could do nothing but pray. And I would, even if I had to do it for thousands of years. That's how much I want Suou Keito to make it through 2003. As his body became immobile, a heavy drowsiness assaulted him. The cold suddenly became distant and the warmth of relief filled his heart. He felt like it was over, that he would no longer have to feel cold, hurt, or suffer.
Suou!
The voice desperately called out to him, but he didn't know who it was. A splash of water touched his cheeks. He was tired and wanted to sleep, and yet his karmic link to him led him by the hand.
I want to live with you, Suou.
I want to live with you too, he thought.
Oh God. Okay, hey, where am I?
Leo, you're awake.
Oh no, was I trying to cross the border? Midori, I gotta go look for him.
Him? Who?
You know him, don't you? Suou!
Oh, Keito is... I grew a mullet.
Oh, I wouldn't have saved you if I knew you were gonna grow a mullet. Oh, take better care of yourself, man.
He's been waiting for you to wake up. Yeah, it's like the day we met, but the other way around.
That's the appropriate reaction, Rio. Who the hell are you?
Huh? Did you become an amnesiac again?
No, I didn't. That's not it, but...
It's Keito! Yeah, I'm Keito.
Why are you wearing a taxel neck? How old are you?
28.
Older than me? How?
How am I supposed to answer that?
The Suou I know is, well, more goofy.
More goofy? Have you looked at me?
You are goofy, but in a way that seems like you're unaware of it.
Is that how I seemed to you?
Suou Keito is all grown up. No, there's no problem with this at all. You look great, Suou Keito. Kikuchi Midori has already accepted this, so all that's left is how Kikuchi Ryo processes it. Do your best, Kikuchi Ryo. I'll do my best too.
Do your best, Rio.
I guess this is a bit sudden. Did I startle you? Alright, let me explain everything in order.
The sound of Suou Keito putting his hands together echoed across the beach. Wait, this is no time for me to be shocked either. I need to confirm what happened after the events on that snowy mountain in 2003. And so, the Kikuchi siblings Suou Keito and I looked back at that fateful year.
In the other endings, Keito still has a mullet.
The year 2003, following a several-week-long stay at a hospital and some police interviews, he was made to go through a several-month-long recuperation period. Indeed, you found the strength to overcome the truth that was set for you. While recovering, Suou Keito read a lot of books. He did it while burning a blue invisible flame. Keeping himself from rushing to follow his strong sense of duty, he waited for the right moment. Even if I prayed for this to end peacefully, I knew he couldn't be stopped because, as a 19-year-old, you were an unbreakable king.
Welcome back, Mom. Wow, something smells nice.
I made some gratin. You like it too, don't you?
When he came back home for the first time in a while, he found himself loving everything about it. His mother's cooking that he loved so much, the armchair occupied by his father, everything seemed to welcome him. Come night, before going to sleep, he opened the cardboard box he kept in the guest room's closet. Inside, there were countless college notebooks. How nostalgic. I wrote so many. Alright, I decided. Suou Keito, what are you planning?
I need to settle things with him.
Now Arasugawa and I are going to have a fist fight.
Last route was the dramatic fistfight between the two combat specialists. This one will be the pathetic slapstick fistfight between the two noodly bookworms.
They fight, but it's in the op-ed column of the paper of record. Oh. Didn't mean to,
The December of 2004 was a warm one.
I've been looking for you. It's been a while, Mr. Arisugawa.
Dead men shouldn't speak. Barely keeping himself from collapsing, Osamu clenched his teeth.
I'm not dead. I'm not a ghost, a fantasy, or a piece of fiction. I'm a living person. I'm pretty surprised to see you leading a carefree life. Pretty bold for someone who did all that to me in Rio.
Yeah, that's true. So, what's...
You think that's all I did to Rio? Just wait till you see what I did. Just wait till you see what I did to him next.
So, what's your business with me? Gonna threaten me? Demand an apology?
Because after he kidnaps Rio is when he impregnates Rio's mother with Midori.
I hadn't even thought about that. Do we know that? The timelines are all fucked.
I believe so, based on how old Midori is. But yeah, he is Midori's father, so he's not done fucking up Rio's life yet.
Huh.
Although Midori's great, she's done nothing wrong, but Osamu is not out of Rio's life.
Mm-hmm.
It would seem.
No.
Suou smiled.
I came to settle things.
A played-out Christmas song they'd heard countless times and would hear many more was resounding around them. A Santa Claus set up in front of the cafe was lit up by glittering green and blue electric lights. The strawberries on the whole shortcake seemed to almost be smiling with joy. The young man took one of them and brought it to his mouth with some cream.
You get hurt so much throughout life. Recently, a senior at college told me something really mean and we had a fight, even though I wasn't at fault. Still, there's a lot of things I learned. I really wasn't that embarrassing when I was 15. Fragile as I was back then, I was feeling so dark I felt like the world was going to end. But now I can just laugh it all off.
Well, obviously.
So, you weren't being honest back then?
Of course not. There's no damn way it's okay for an author to deny another person's delusions. He picked up a piece of cake by hand and threw it into his mouth. Still, I had no choice but to deny it, otherwise the strength of the MAMIYA I believed in would collapse. After all, MAMIYA is a fragile entity that isn't even real. He licked off the cream on his fingers and wiped his lips. I've had a question on my mind ever since MAMIYA disappeared at the end of the century. It was about the giant barrier separating those who exist and those who don't. I myself couldn't believe in MAMIYA well enough. Was it because MAMIYA can't be touched? Because MAMIYA couldn't eat? Because MAMIYA's not on the census? None of those reasons were enough, and I still don't know the answer.
Census of imaginary friends.
That's such a good concept.
Oh, man.
Is that the title?
I don't know if that's the title, if that's something I'm putting in the short story bank for me to get to at some point. The Census of Imaginary Friends.
That sounds kind of like a prayer.
Huh? After a brief silence, the intro to the next Christmas song began. Today's Christmas. Christ's birthday, huh?
Yes.
God sure has it good. Everyone believes in him. I just didn't want anyone to deny me for believing and wishing for MAMIYA. That's really all there was to it.
I understand. I also wanted everyone to know how great my precious friend was.
A fluorescent lamp that didn't seem to have enough power was flickering above them.
It costs extra to get the mood lighting lamp.
They weren't eating much of the whole cake they ordered. They were in the grove where Suou Keito and Kikuchi Ryo were found. Their shadows were being cast over the trees.
I guess this is about the time children waiting for their presents can't fall asleep. Why'd you bring me here? Like I said, I want to settle things.
He took off the large rucksack he had on his back and looked down at Arisugawa.
You agreed with me, didn't you?
I did, yeah. With a nod, Arisugawa began freeing the things he was carrying on his back.
Prepare to cast them into the fire.
The fire made by the logs they had brought, along with the branches and dried leaves they found, was burning silently. Suou Keito reached into his rucksack and took out a bunch of college notebooks. Then, as if to feed the fire, he brought them close to it, one by one. They made the fire grow.
You do it too.
Sure. Arisugawa did the same and threw his own hardcover books into the fire. The flame burned everything. The paper became scorched, then blackened, then finally turned to ash. The many titles he'd presented to the editor, the pictures drawn by the illustrators, the stories he'd poured his heart and soul into, all of it burned. His stories mixed with those of the man he hated more than anyone in the world, and scattered with the burned ash. The winds of winter were like a dry fuel that stoked the flame. As it sustained itself on Suou Keito's dreams and Arisugawa Osamu's stories for children.
With this, we no longer have anything. We have nothing. That was my whole life, everything.
The dark orange flickering of the growing fire was reflected in their eyes. There was more to my stories than to my life. They contained the possibility of dreams that grew as people believed them. But today, I say goodbye to it all. The wrinkles behind his glasses became deeper as he made a composed smile. I wanted to turn MAMIYA into Santa Claus.
Santa Claus? The icon of Christmas?
The very same. He may have had his beginnings in corporate advertising, but now he's a fantasy figure with so many dreams attached to him that mentioning his origins is just tasteless. People all over the world kindly affirm his existence, even if they know the truth. I wouldn't go so far as to say I want to turn MAMIYA into God. The man hung his head before the fire. I would have been fine if MAMIYA was just a sweet little lie they tell to children. This December must have been too warm for snowfall. There was nothing that would console them with the gentle cold. A shapeless sense of loss turned to smoke that rose above. The skin of their cheeks, lit up by the fire, was annoyingly warm. The two sat next to the fire and talked within its soot. They talked about the good books they'd read, world news, tomorrow's weather. The two who had just burned everything were talking with so little negativity it was shocking. Samejima took the hit for both of us and was thrown into jail. Huh? He's always so annoying. He turned himself in without telling me a thing. I can't do shit anymore, so what's the point of leaving me at large? I can't write anymore. After the day we let you two escape, I stopped being able to write. Put me before a word processor or give me a pen and some paper, and nothing will come out of me. And so, with this act of burning, my life as an author is over. I wonder why I'm like this now. I guess I was abandoned by my talents, or God, or something like that. The hand on his forehead cast a shadow that made it hard to see his face. For all one could know, he might have been crying. Right? I don't have to make MAMIYA eternal anymore. No matter how much I've suffered, nothing is left. I've made it this far, yet I haven't changed one bit since I was a brat. Hell of a creature I am. Despite everything, I continued greedily clinging to a fantasy. Is it such a bad thing to seek fantasy? Huh? I don't think it is. Were you even listening to me? Why do you think we burned the books?
Wait, hold on. We weren't both on board with this grand gesture before we did it? What?
When MAMIYA died, you may have been lost between reality and fantasy. But I will reach for both. That's impossible. Those are just words that sound nice, said by a child who doesn't know how the world works. Looks like you haven't grown much since you were 15. No, I'm sure I can do it. Because I believe in myself.
Skill issue, Mr. Arasugawa.
Suou Keito said that to Arisugawa with nothing but honesty in his voice.
You're right that it might not work out. I might only have part of each, and I may die overcome by inner conflict and suffering. That's exactly how it'll be. But Stop. Why? It's a difficult path. There's no need for you to experience it. You can try using fantasy as your support, but it'll be a pillar made of papier-mâché. Even if MAMIYA supports your heart and mind, when you lean on something that's not there, you'll both collapse. Listen, Suou Keito, consider this a warning from someone who's experienced more of life. It's not too late yet. Abandon hopes and fantasies, give up, and learn how to live. No one will blame you for wanting an easier life. That's not true. My 15-year-old self will blame the current me. I don't need a version of me that abandons hopes and fantasies. If I become a Suou Keito that I would find boring, it would be the same as being rude to the boy I was back then. I will live my whole life with hope for myself and this world. I won't hate anything, even if I'm disappointed or hurt. I will love it all. I won't abandon anything that I brought with me. Oh, I see how it is. Arisugawa finally understood. He'd been afraid of this man since the moment he first saw him. That's so. He wanted to be like him. Do your worst then, if you can stay unbroken and keep yearning even as you grow older. Arisugawa Osamu pointed his finger at Suou Keito. I'll gladly admit defeat. Without even blinking, Suou Keito put on a smile. Please do. Have faith in my future self. And that's how I got here.
You're scary.
Huh? But everything I said was normal.
Everything I said was normal, says person who has never at any point been normal.
No, it was scary. Why would you meet your assailant and in a place where I can't get involved? Eventually, the three of them went to Suou Keito's home. With all the tension from her brother's absence gone, Kikuchi Midori finally relaxed and fell asleep on the sofa. Hey, Rio, are you free after school tomorrow? There's someone I'm thinking of meeting tomorrow.
Who's that?
Someone who's also been living since 2003. The Mr. Arisugawa of 2012.
Is Osamu really here?
Should we call this off?
No, I'll decide after I take a look at him.
After giving him a nod, Suou Keito rang the bell. Yes, who is it?
Hello, Mr. Arisugawa.
And the person inside looked through the camera. After a long silence, there was the sound of the door being unlocked. Come in.
Pardon the intrusion.
Dang.
He's also got his tactile neck on.
Also got the tactile neck. He's got a looks like a proper college professor, this man here.
Welcome.
Beyond the door, there stood Arisugawa as he was supposed to be in 2012. The ferociousness he had about him deteriorated, replaced by an aura of fatigue. I don't think I can accommodate you properly.
It's okay. Thank you for allowing us in despite us not giving any prior notice. This isn't much, but...
Strange to think you became a man who can buy Toraya.
I feel that you also became a bit older yourself.
Well, I'm over 40 now, of course I'll age.
Osamu?
The youth behind Suou Keito hesitantly showed himself. Oh, is that you, Ryo? Strange to see you so grown up. Kikuchi Ryo's chest began to ache, and he quickly looked away. A study full of bookshelves, a large chair for one person. The wear and tear on it made it clear how much it was used and how many years had passed.
Are you, still writing books?
The wrinkles next to his eyes had grown slightly deeper, but he didn't say anything. So, Suou Keito, you didn't come here just to have some tea, did you? We settled it in 2004, didn't we? That should have been the end to everything between us. What could you possibly want from me after all this time?
Is that how you saw this?
He tore off the mask of peacefulness, and his eyes gleamed with ambition.
No, nothing is over yet. In fact, it has only just begun.
The smile on his face had a hint of greed, and the power to fulfill his desires, which he'd acquired by growing up.
What?
Suou Keito reached into his bag and took out several rolls of money.
Huh? I've brought 30 million yen.
What? What?
I want you to write stories for me.
Enough with the jokes and put that money away.
I'm being serious though.
Arisugawa Osamu looked up at the ceiling with distant eyes. I can't write stories anymore. His grieving face was touched by the cold wind of a snowy day. He vividly remembered the scenery from nearly a decade ago. The crime he committed, the line that shouldn't have been crossed. That day I was abandoned by the god of writing and...
No, you can write just fine, can't you?
And now the god of writing has come back with 30 million yen. What are you not getting about this?
Arisugawa, I'm your god now. I have enough money that there's no difference, right?
While Arisugawa hung his head and seemed all somber, Suou Keito looked at him with a puzzled expression. Why do you think that?
Suou?
You wonder why? Suou Keito reached into his bag again and took out a new book. It was under a different name, but you wrote this Jidaigeki novel just last year, didn't you?
Jidaigeki?
I don't know what that means.
I'm looking it up.
Arisugawa was nailed still, turned blue, and began sweating buckets.
Jidaigeki. I've been reading every novel just to make sure you haven't been. Refers to the Japanese genre of period dramas, which encompass films, television shows, and theater plays set before the Meiji Restoration in 1868. So it's a genre of historical fiction.
So he switched genres, but he's writing again. Okay.
Yep. Again, I've been reading every book.
Just in case. How did you know it was me? The writing quirks.
Why am I here?
Kikuchi Ryo's hair stood on end. But me writing something under a different name has nothing to do with you. And it doesn't have to be me, now does it? I want to read children's novels written by you. You finished writing MAMIYA in 2003, but it wasn't enough, so you tried to make it real. But after burning the books with me, you gave up on everything, didn't you? Your feelings aren't as strong as before, so you reached a decent compromise, right? In other words, there's no reason for you not to accept my terms. You little brat, stop acting like you know. Also, you yourself must have felt this. After you finished writing MAMIYA and had it published, you must have felt that this or that scene could have been done better. I know, no matter how polished or complete it may be, a while after it's released into the world, you start building up the next plan. As an author, Arisugawa Osamu is a creature who will never be satisfied, no matter how much or how well he writes. So, write for me. Dance for me, my puppet. The air became lighter, but the Dominator's strings were still taut. Arisugawa Osamu couldn't breathe for a moment, but finally he looked up. His eyes met the other's lead-colored eyes, both hot and cold. You've been stripped even of your right to atone in a cell, and this is the best way to redeem yourself. As I said, I will maintain hope for this world, and I will maintain hope for you as well. Suou Keito was the Dark King. The Prince of the Land of Night had grown up and now reigned over Arisugawa Osamu. Oh man. You gulped down the past, good or bad. I'm done. I lose. You beat me. Also, he could forcefully paint the future with the hope stemming from his ego. I've sure got a troublesome reader here. I can't put down the pen even if I want to. I know you've always had weakness for your readers. The sense of the coming fatigue made his shoulders feel heavy. Still, there was a part of him that felt excited. You shouldn't abuse your elders like that. What are you saying? We lived for 80 years. You can still change course. The warm light, once lost in the snowy mountains, was coming back to the palm of his hand. You're telling me to give you my whole life? Yes. Please keep writing stories and keep loving fantasies. Never stop writing for as long as you live.
I own you. That fearsome Osamu just listens to anything you say now. This is a lot to take in.
This is exactly why I was saving up the funds.
You can't bishy sparkle after that, Keito.
Long before I met you, I had this friend called MAMIYA. I don't know why Mr. Arisugawa tried to make a connection between MAMIYA and you, but MAMIYA isn't like that terrifying thing that was forced upon you.
Yeah, I know. MAMIYA's at my side right now, actually.
Huh? You mean Mr. Arisugawa?
What? No, it's nothing like Osamu. It's a child wearing a rabbit mask.
I see. So that was your Mamiya. Tell me, was Mamiya a good entity for you?
I ain't sure. I still kind of find him unpleasant. There's something I can't do without. For now, anyway.
I'm glad to hear that. Hey, there's actually another thing that happened after you disappeared at the sea in 1999.
Wouldn't be surprised. It was like 13 years.
Hey, Mamiya, you're there, aren't you? Show yourself.
What do you want?
I just feel that it's unfair that you're the only one who knows why Suou Keito is here.
Shh, fine. I'll talk.
Even if you saved me in 2003, I was supposed to die in 1999 because of my sleepwalking. And the one who gave his life to save me was the thing you and I have in common, Mamiya.
Beyond the light, there was more ocean. The seawater was cold and hurt so much it was hard to move.
Rio?
Strength drained from his body.
Ah!
The waves rolled in, taking him throat deep. He could no longer touch the bottom and was being forced further out.
Ah!
I see. So Kikuchi Rio safely going back to 2012 and Suou Keito not dying here are two unrelated things. This is the result of his sleepwalking.
Help! Help!
The sea chose someone to die.
Ah!
As his head was submerged, he thought he was a goner. But then a strong arm pulled his wet body up.
Yep. Keito!
It was a familiar voice. Actually, that was putting it lightly. It was a voice he'd been hearing since he was born. The voice belonging to an invisible man he could only ever hear.
Mamiya!
The waves crashed, the rain stormed, and within it, Mamiya Yumehisa embraced Suou Keito.
Keito! You alright?
Mamiya, why are you here?
I've always been here, you dumbass. Even if you hate or reject me, I've always been here with you. Sorry about that.
Don't apologize. How come you're here after everything I've said to you?
'Cause you're my best fucking friend, man.
The waves were relentless and he couldn't feel his extremities, but he didn't care about any of that. He simply used what power he had left to embrace the man before him. It felt different this time. He could sense the other man's frame in his arms. There was a tangible warmth.
I don't care if it's just my imagination. I finally got to have you hug me. Please live on, Keito. I was chosen.
Don't go. Stay with me forever.
Mamiya said nothing.
No, don't die. Don't die, Mamiya.
He shook his head and smiled.
I'm satisfied.
So this was what Mamiya's face looked like. Seeing it made him drop his guard for a moment, and when a larger wave came, it made him let go.
Mamiya!
Live on. I won't let you die in 1999 or later. Live on for a long, long time.
He had the strange feeling those were the last words he would ever say to him.
Hey, Mamiya!
Though the saltiness of the water was burning his throat,
I finally realized.
He inhaled more oxygen and continued to shout.
I realized that I don't have to give up on fantasy, hope, or you. Mamiya, I'm sorry, you've always been with me, and yet... You've always been my friend, yet I... Mamiya, thank you. I love you.
With Mamiya's face buried by the waves, he couldn't see his expression upon hearing those words. Snow was falling on the holy night of 1999. This place is...
One you're very familiar with.
As the moonlight illuminated the snow, the church turned into a little beacon in the dark.
Huh?
As a priest was locking up, a young boy approached him.
I'm sorry, but the Christmas service is over.
Thinking that the boy simply came at the wrong time, the priest lowered his eyebrows in perplexion. The red-nosed boy hesitantly opened his mouth, letting warm air escape. A friend of mine died.
Oh.
Please let me mourn him. I would like to hold a funeral, even if I'm the only one attending.
Very well.
Those ultramarine eyes were pure beyond belief. The fact that this boy would come here on such a cold night made the priest want to help him.
But do make it brief.
Thank you.
The faint light of the candles created a moving shadow over the blue nave.
Don't call me a knave.
He walked ahead with wet hair and peached cheeks. Showing no fear of the cross above, he put his hands together. This funeral was a dark, blue, and lonely thing. However, the aura of gratitude and sadness about it conveyed his feelings with great clarity.
MAMIYA, I was always really happy. Thanks to you, I gained an interest in many things and was able to affirm myself, no matter how I was. You helped me become the person I am today.
The air he inhaled cleaned and cooled his organs. The weight of his words made him fall deeper into prayer.
I'll believe in the future and live for both of us.
Suou Keito's voice hit the bullseye of the wish perfectly.
I will be an adult who still loves you.
He put strength into his joined hands and slowly closed his eyes.
And I hope that you, my beloved fantasy, may rest in peace.
And that's how I died in 1999.
Suou Keito, so he didn't die at the sea in 1999. And that's because you died in his place.
Exactly.
But because you, MAMIYA, died for him, the source of the MAMIYA disappeared. The people searched for the MAMIYA that was gone, leading them to Tokyo Tower, and that led to a new tragedy, the deaths of 2012.
Indeed.
MAMIYA Yumehisa smiled in self-derision.
You blame me for what happened? I mean, if I, MAMIYA, hadn't died here, the tie between 1999 and 2012 wouldn't have existed.
No, I probably would have done the same.
I think you'd finally be able to say that.
Thank you so much for indulging me.
No need. May this holy night bless you as you walk through life.
Thank you.
It's fine if he treated MAMIYA as just a phase. I don't mind that at all. Just wanted him to keep on loving fantasy and dreams.
I get it.
Oh, snow. It's a white Christmas. I'll wake up early tomorrow and build a snowman. I'll need it to live through a future with no MAMIYA.
The moon shone down on the boy as he walked home. The white papers dancing with the snowflakes overwhelmed the blue of the night. Snow fell in 2012 as well. Years passed, times changed, but Christmas came yet again. Hey, little me who once believed in Santa Claus, there's something I want to tell to the pure, frail, and pitiable you.
It's not Santa's fault either.
Anyway, good night.
Last ending, huh?
Weirdly enough, I do felt like, although like that was kind of like, oh wait, hold on. Although it was very sparse on the facts of the matter, I felt like emotionally that was actually a really good fourth route.
I told you I can't write anymore.
Huh, of course you can. Here, 2 recent works you wrote. I could barely even finish those. And even if you can't write, you can still proofread the stories I wrote, right? With that in mind, let's make the next one a collab. You really aren't one to listen, huh? Arisugawa let out a deep sigh, but he played along with Suou regardless. Oh, so this is how you saw Mamiya. Arisugawa's description of the female Mamiya left an impression on Suou. Speaking of, what did your Mamiya look like? I gradually stopped being able to see Mamiya as I entered the higher grades of elementary school. Eventually I could only hear him and decided that he was invisible. I heard that long ago. That means you did see him when you were young, right? Yes. I'm more interested in that. What did your Mamiya look like? Tell me. Well, when I first met Mamiya, there were 2 of them.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what was that?
Huh.
You can't leave us with big questions like that. But
Okay, so we gotta check out our epilogues and then check out that
and then there's a new
thing.
So not only is there epilogues to another track, it seems, to both of these, there's also, when cause and effect is unraveled in full, the truth emerges anew. Just when you thought we were done. We'll see you all next time, folks.
Peace.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.